I wanted to talk with you a little about and explore this notion in the Buddhist tradition of, well, it's the idea of emptiness. Um, and one way emptiness is talked about in that tradition is the discovery that what appears as all this phenomena that we think of as distinct phenomena, right? All the aspects of experience. Um, that really appear to have their own existence, their own phenomenal existence. The sounds that I'm uttering, the thoughts that may be arising, the feelings that you have, all the objects that are appearing visually, and so on. And the again, one sort of understanding of emptiness is that phenomena, all these apparently discrete, separate phenomena, have no independent existence. In other words, they, contrary to how it seems, they don't have an autonomous existence. So the ocean wave metaphor is instructive here, that we look out at an ocean and we see what we label as waves, right? As we identify as a form that we call the wave. And this is very interesting, and it is very illuminating to contemplate and feel. So there you are, you're looking out at the sea, and let's say we're together and we're looking out at the ocean, and we can start to talk about the different waves. Yesterday I was looking at the ocean and was with someone, and we were marveling at the waves rolling into shore and enjoying those waves. So when we use a word like that, we're identifying this thing as having an existence as a thing, and hence our labeling of it and being able to describe some of its characteristics, right? Its size, its shape, its form, its structure, its function, and so on. But what's so interesting is that we can look again at the ocean and these apparently independently existing waves and realize actually the wave never actually becomes autonomous from the sea. In other words, you can never extract the wave out from its context, right? It doesn't have any independent existence. In other words, if it doesn't have an independent existence, in one very real sense, it doesn't have an existence. Because what are we talking about? If it doesn't have its own identity as something independently existing, right? What is it? The wave is the ocean. In that sense, there are no waves. Another apt analogy is the nighttime dream. So at night, we dream whatever dreams we dream, and we dream of these distinct people, places, and things and events, right? And encounters and relationships and all of this stuff in the dream. Let's say you dream about your mother in the dream, and there's your mother. You know, she looks like, there she is, the form of mom. And maybe you're having a conversation with her in the dream. That image of your mother or anything else that you're dreaming about has no independent existence from the dream itself, right? From that context. You feel that. Does that make sense? There's nothing actually there that's standing out on its own. It doesn't have an existence apart from its context. There's the dreaming, whatever it is the dream is made of, let's say consciousness, for lack of a better description. There it is, and that single dreaming consciousness, right, appears as all these autonomously existing phenomena. But there aren't any autonomously existing phenomena. And believe it or not, this is precisely what we're experiencing right now. We're experiencing no independently existing phenomena. Although this singular reality shows up as apparently autonomously existing phenomena, including us. So there's different ways to, I mean, that makes like conceptual sense if it does what I'm describing. But let's explore it experientially and see if it makes sense experientially, if it lands in your experience. So here's the waking dream that we call life appearing as all this stuff, like right again, the sound of my voice, the body that's sitting here, the room that you're in, whatever is being seen visually, whatever is being felt in terms of tactile sensations, whatever emotions might be arising. You know, we've got all these names for all these different apparently independently existing phenomena. But for a moment, let's just focus in on something very simple, which I often will focus on, both because of its simplicity, its obviousness, and also um, its powerful sort of doorway into this singularity. And that is to just feel the sense of being, okay? It doesn't matter whether your eyes are open or closed. And just feeling that. Of course, is there anything else to feel but the sense of being? Which is that sort of jumping ahead. Just feeling the sense of being, the sense of aliveness that's here. It, of course, is its own complete and utter mystery, what that is. But just feeling this sense of aliveness. And notice this sense of aliveness that's here, just here right now. It's not here a moment ago. We don't find it a moment ago. We don't find it in the future. We find this now, actuality of now, a sense of being. And notice the openness of being. It's just like a wide open expanse, isn't it? Feeling of it is wide open. And whether people are using the pointer of being or sometimes the pointer of this knowing, you know, knowing and being are very much synonyms. There's a knowing of that's here is the being of what's here. The being of what's here is the knowing of what's here. It's just one thing. But in terms of being, just feeling again the wide open expanse that it is and how it's inclusive of everything. Being rejects nothing. Being, we could say, welcomes everything. There's no defense. There's no obstruction in being. It's just complete, undefended openness. Now, of course, everything is appearing, we could say, the stuff of life, the phenomena of life, right, in this waking dream. And notice how whatever is appearing, let's say it's sound right now. The sound of my voice is obvious because I'm speaking. You hear these sounds. The sounds are alive, aren't they? So we could say that we're hearing sound, this description we have for this that's appearing. We call it sound. But what's fundamental about this that's appearing that we call sound is its aliveness, its being. Feel that. The sounds never leave being. They are being. If thoughts are arising right now, it's the same thing. We have this name for this phenomena, this mysterious phenomena called thought. I could conjure up the thought of what's going to happen later today, this idea. There it is, very subtle, very amorphous and cloud-like, what thought is. And there it is, there's thought, whatever thought is. And thought is. It's inseparable from being. Feel that. It has no independent existence from being because it is alive. It is life itself, thought. Just one of the ways that life can appear as thought. That we call what we call thought. But it always remains life, doesn't it? Just one of the ways life can seem to shape itself, the way being can seem to shape itself. It can shape itself as sound, it can shape itself as thought. But thought and sound, to use these two examples, have no independent existence from being. They don't, you cannot pull them out of the context of being any more than you can pull your mother out of the context of the dream. Your mother is made of the dream stuff, isn't it? The appearance of the mother is the appearance of dreaming that looks like mom. The appearance of your father is the appearance of dream stuff that looks like what we call father. And the appearance of thought is the stuff of being. The appearance of sound is being. If you, all this visual images is an appearance, right? And it's here, it's alive, it is, it's being. It's yet another appearance of being. It has no independent existence from being. Because right there at the heart of everything being seen is its existence, is its beingness, is its, it never leaves being. It has no, being is its lifeblood. The lifeblood of all these appearances is their existence, right? Their vitality, their aliveness. So nothing has any independent existence from being. There's just being in all the ways it can look, all the forms that it can take. Just being. There's no actual separate phenomena. There's just being.